At 94 years old, Clint Eastwood doesn't move like a man chasing headlines anymore. He moves like someone who has already outrun time. His voice is softer now, measured, but when he speaks, people still lean in. Not because he demands attention, but because he has earned it. After 7 decades in film, countless roles, and a second life behind the camera as one of Hollywood's most respected directors, Eastwood has nothing left to prove. And maybe that's why, at this stage in life, he finally feels comfortable reflecting on something he rarely discussed before. John Wayne, the towering figure who once defined the Western long before Eastwood ever stepped into the dust. Growing up tough, before Hollywood, Clint Eastwood was born. Clinton Eastwood Jr. on May 31, 1930 in San Francisco, right in the shadow of the Great Depression. Life wasn't glamorous or predictable. His family moved often, chasing work wherever they could find it. His father worked long hours as a steel worker. His mother held steady office jobs. There were no silver spoons, no shortcuts, just hard lessons about responsibility and resilience. That constant moving shaped him. He learned to adapt quickly, to stay quiet, to observe more than he spoke. Those traits, the stillness, the self-reliance, would later become the very qualities audiences mistook for mystique. But really, they were survival skills learned young. A quiet kid with unexpected dreams. Before acting ever crossed his mind, Eastwood loved music. He played piano and trumpet, sometimes imagining a life in jazz rather than movies. He worked ordinary jobs, lifeguard laborer, student trying to find direction. Nothing about his early years suggested future Hollywood icon. If anything, he seemed too reserved for fame, yet that calm, watchful personality became his secret weapon. While others tried to impress, Clint simply existed on screen. And somehow that felt more real. People trusted him without him saying much at all. From television cowboy to movie star. His first break came modestly with the TV show Rawhide in the late 1950s. It wasn't glamorous work, but it paid the bills and gave him experience. Then fate intervened. Italian director Sergio Leone cast him in a small western called A Fistful of Dollars. Nobody expected much. Instead, it changed everything. Eastwood's man with no name wasn't polished or heroic. He was quiet, dusty, morally complicated. He didn't ride into town to save the day. He survived it. Audiences loved that edge. It felt closer to real life than the clean-cut cowboys they'd grown up watching. Suddenly, Clint Eastwood wasn't just an actor. He was a new kind of Western hero. Reinventing masculinity on screen. While earlier Western stars often portrayed certainty, clear right and wrong, Eastwood's characters carried doubt. They hesitated. They paid emotional prices. They weren't myths. They were men. That shift mattered. It reflected a changing America, one less interested in fairy tales and more open to complicated truths. His later role as Dirty Harry Callahan added another layer. Tough, blunt, but human underneath. Eastwood wasn't glorifying strength. He was exploring its cost, and that subtle difference helped him stand apart from the legends who came before. Becoming a storyteller. Behind the camera. What many didn't expect was how naturally he'd transition into directing. Starting with Play Misty for Me, Eastwood revealed a thoughtful eye for character and mood. He wasn't flashy. He trusted silence, small gestures, and emotional weight. Films like Unforgiven, Mystic River, and $1 Million Baby proved he wasn't just a movie star dabbling in directing. He was a true storyteller. His films asked difficult questions about guilt, redemption, and aging. They felt personal, like conversations rather than spectacles. Over time, his reputation shifted from tough guy actor to master filmmaker, a life beyond the spotlight. Off-screen, Eastwood's life was never simple. Long marriages, divorces, children, and complicated relationships played out quietly in the background. Fame as a way of stretching families thin, and he has admitted that balancing work and home was never easy. But age has softened his perspective. Today, he speaks less about career achievements and more about his kids, his mornings, the small pleasures of normal life. The man who once filmed gunfights now prefers gardening and jazz piano. There's something grounding about that, as if, after decades of playing larger-than-life characters, he's most comfortable simply being Clint. John Wayne, the giant in the room. For years, one topic followed him everywhere. John Wayne, the Duke, the original Western Titan. Fans constantly compared the two, as if there had to be rivalry. Wayne represented the old guard, patriotic, heroic, unwavering. Eastwood represented something newer, introspective, flawed, morally gray. The contrast was obvious, but Eastwood rarely commented, maybe out of respect, maybe because comparisons always felt unnecessary. They belonged to different chapters of the same story. Breaking the silence at 94. Recently, though, Eastwood finally spoke candidly, not dramatically, not with gossip or controversy, just calmly, the way he always does. He acknowledged Wayne's presence in Hollywood history with simple admiration. He was bigger than life, Eastwood said. When he walked into a scene, you felt it. There was no bitterness, no competition. Just respect. He explained that Wayne played heroes for his time, symbols people needed then. Eastwood, meanwhile, gravitated toward characters who questioned themselves. "Life's messier than good guys and bad guys," he said gently. "I always thought it should look that way on screen too." Different styles, same legacy. What's striking is how little ego sits behind his words. He doesn't try to outshine Wayne or rewrite history. He simply recognizes that they told different kinds of stories. Wayne built the myth. Eastwood examined what happens after the myth fades. One wasn't better, just different, and together they shaped the evolution of the Western. Without Wayne, there might not have been an Eastwood. Without Eastwood, the genre might never have grown up. It feels less like rivalry and more like a passing of the torch across generations. Why his words matter. Now, at 94, reflection carries weight. When you've lived that long, you stop chasing narratives and start telling the truth as you see it. Eastwood's comments aren't about settling scores. They're about perspective. He understands now that legacies aren't competitions. They're conversations. Every actor builds on the one before. Every film reshapes the last. Time smooths the sharp edges of comparison and leaves only appreciation. That's what his words feel like. Appreciation. The man behind the legend. Today, Clint Eastwood doesn't look like the steely gunslinger or the fearless cop. He looks like someone's grandfather, someone who's seen everything and chosen calm anyway. Yet the presence is still there. Quiet, steady, unmistakable. The same presence that once filled theaters now fills a room. Maybe that's his real power. Not volume, not force, just authenticity. He never tried to be larger than life. He simply stayed true to himself. A legacy of honesty. In the end, Eastwood's story isn't about fame or rivalry or even westerns. It's about endurance, about showing up year after year, learning, evolving, staying curious. His career has stretched across eras, technologies, and generations, Yet his core hasn't changed. Tell the truth, keep it simple, respect the work. His reflections on John Wayne feel like an extension of that philosophy. No drama, no myth-making, just honesty. And maybe that's what makes Clint Eastwood at 94 still so compelling. After all these years, after all the legends and lights and applause, he remains exactly what he's always been. A quiet man with stories to tell, finally ready to share them.